I just watched what I just recorded, and I'm laughing my ass off. I don't know, it's funny. Not maybe in a comedian sense, but just the shit I'm saying. Just, random and off the chart. I don't know. I'm probably gonna get less followers than more. But that said, I saw a YouTube video from when I was hanging on the garage somewhere in Pennsylvania, and some dude was destroying. Uh, I don't know if I gotta say it right. Hilux, a Toyota, right, which was claimed to be one of the toughest trucks ever built, and it is tough. This guy had one that was beautiful, and he wrecked it. And he had a lot of hate comments, but they're still watching. And he probably has more, like, more people watching because of it. So maybe what I need to do is just trash every state and province that I'm in territory and spark up enough anger. I don't know. Why do we post? Why do I post? Is it just a form of amusement? Actually, no, it's not. It is actually effort, and I give everyone who's doing it full credit. But I'm a canoeist. I've done a lot of whitewater canoeing. I'm not a rock star at it per se. I'm pretty good, or was. I mean, I don't do it as much now because I want to do more than just canoe, and same river, unless you get a horrific flood and some creek comes up. But I want to do more. I want to be more dimensional. So, and experience more things. That's just me. I'm not saying it's for everyone, clearly. I mean, but I just want to experience more of life. I didn't as a young person, so I'm doing it now. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the mix, but really, truthfully, I'm as a child growing up, I've never liked to follow the same path twice if I could avoid it. Even driving to work, I'd change it up a bit as much as you can. It's just my nature. So it really hit that nerve of exploring, and it just sucked me right in. And I'm loving that aspect of it. There's some bumps in the road. Don't kid yourself. I could do like half these van lifers that never make it past a year or so and post all of these cool places, and I'm having so much fun. But the reality is I got to get there. So there are times you're going from night to night to night, just camping one night. You don't care where you camp, per se. I've camped at more Walmarts since I've got this HQ than I've ever been in one. In Canada, I just never went to a Walmart. So it's a totally different phenomena or clientele when you think about it. And I'm surprised a Walmart hasn't figured out to put in laundromats. They've got everything else, right? They got a place for you to camp for a night. They got food. Typically, there's some kind of restaurant like McDonald's or Subway. You can sometimes there's a coffee shop. They got Wi-Fi, at least in America, and they just need a laundromat, right? Like, I can't believe they haven't thought of that. Even if they charge a few bucks more than typical, they get it. Maybe I should send that into them. I might make more money at that than a YouTube channel. Anyways, I'm just being funny. I'm having some port, and it's been a crazy few months in America. I don't know if I'd have the nerve to post this one. But I am serious about that whole concept. Why do we post? And I do keep thinking, like, even before I started YouTube channel to Facebook, I kind of likened it to that Cheers show we saw when I was young. We never had cable, so, or very little. Everybody wants to go somewhere where everyone knows your name. So is Facebook just a elaborate blow up of that? I would like it if more people just threw in comments than I would care if I made money. I'd be curious to see honest opinions, honest feelings. Because you could post up on like I am, like you may never ever see me in person, but you could be honest with me. You could say whatever you wanted that was real truth that you might not be able to say to your friends or family. Call me the bartender. I don't know. But I'm curious. I mean, I just, like I say, I honestly struggle with it. And in fact, like someone bought me I was at the expo, and they bought me a great guy. Like, I really appreciated all he did. And I'm really glad I met him. But he bought me like a patch, one of those Velcro patch you can stick and people collect, which I didn't even know that. And the patch says, "Trust me, I'm an influencer." The only thing that's influencing me is this, but that's another topic. It's interesting that people can make a living and a career like the Kardashians out of Instagram for doing nothing more than that, which I'm not looking to make a career out of this. I just want to see stuff. I want to go explore. It doesn't have to be like, in fact, I want to avoid the parks, the big parks. I went to Yellowstone and I was really torn. It was an amazing place for so many reasons, but all the people there killed it. I couldn't take a photo of anything without a person in it, their shadow, and I even went when it wasn't even when school was supposed to be happening. And it's no better, and then plus in America you can't take your dogs. I have 2 dogs. I should introduce them. I'd do a video on them, but they're awesome. And will not give it up. And those in America, I can't take them in the park unless I can only take them on asphalt. Zion has the nerve or the audacity to say, "Hey, come bring your pets, bring your dogs. We've got a spot for them to walk." Yeah, a asphalt loop down in the valley of it. Like, yeah, who are you kidding? Come on. What dog's going to want to do your asphalt walk? I wouldn't. Jesus. My dogs like to run and roam. They're behaved. I wouldn't be irresponsible. I'd pick up their doo-doo. And anyways, I'm getting off track. Getting fired up. In Canada, we're no better. Like, except I can, like, say, in Banff, Jasper, the ice field, I can take the dogs on the trail, but they got to be on a leash. That's better than a kick in the butt. But I don't know. They're my family for sure. So when I go somewhere where I can't run them, walk them on a trail, then I take a day on somewhere I can and a day to go to the park. But I avoid the parks. I want to go. There's so much more to see outside of the human packed parks. Human packed parks. I like that. Human packed parks. Anyways, human packed parts. So why do I post? Why am I doing this? Like, honestly. I wish I did have a bigger following just to get responses. To see what people say. Because it wasn't until COVID that I realized how divided we are as a species. Just within North America, like in Canada, in the U.S., I can't even comprehend what it'd be like globally. And I just was not aware of it. And how many different ways we think as humans, as people. And who's to say that any of us are right or wrong? That's the tricky part. It's just we all collect together in a cluster of like-minded people. The birds of the same feather flock together. So those that flock together have their own views, and they nurture their own views within that little cluster. So that it reinforces that we got to be right. But yet, as our population grows, you get all these little pockets of niche ideas and growing. But who is truly right or wrong? The best-selling book has got to be the Bible. I wonder how many people honestly think it's the truth. I don't know. I'm just a blue-collar worker that's found a gig that he's kind of digging right now and can see myself doing for quite a while. Because I can't believe how long it's taken me to see all this stuff. But when you're retired, your timeline is way different than when you're not and you're going on a vacation. You have a much tighter agenda. You want to see this, this, and this. Me, I'm going to see that, and that. But I might get deflected by somebody that says, go here, go see that. Or I might just want to chill one day. I don't have to rush to see this, and this, that, and that. Right? But I will say one thing I do know for sure is I am very fortunate and I'm very blessed. Sometimes some of my friends, they feel a bit down and out in life and think, they should get more and expect, they deserve more, or I'm finding it's more common where people just seem to think they deserve more. Like when I retired, people said to me, good for you, you deserve that. Well, you know what? I don't feel that way. I just happen to make a choice. That I ended up with a job that had a pension. And some of my coworkers will debate how hard I've worked or how often I was really there. Because I did bend some rules, I won't lie. Because I can't get disciplined for it now. I have honestly a good work ethic. And I remember one time I asked my manager, because I was doing this part of the special little assignment group or whatever. I said, look, I need more work than you're giving me. This is like, and he gave me some math problem to do so I could figure out the SPM and strokes on all the presses and blah, blah. And I'm not a math genius, but I did it in I don't know, say 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And I'm back to being bored. And when you got time on your hands, you can figure out a lot of things. Like how to not be at work when they think you are. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, so this is how, for years, I worked for 30 years on an automotive plant. We didn't have to clock in and clock out, but the turnstile did register when you entered. And often, I don't know how many supervisors we went through. We went through a lot of managers too. And every new manager would, come up to me and say, Steve, can I talk to you? And they pull me aside. It's kind of like a father-son talk. And he'd say, Steve, I've noticed that you're a little tardy about coming in. We start at 7 or 3. And yeah, I was late even for 3 p.m. And I'd be like, yeah, I know, you're right. I do need to work on that. But in the end, they all find me likable enough. But as a supervisor, even in a unionized shop, my advantage, I guess I'll say, is if they came and asked me, "Hey, Steve, can you do this for me?" I'm in the, I would do it for them as long as they don't give me a reason not to. I know what I'm supposed to do. You want me to come and work? I'll work. I take pride in the work I do. I got away with my attendance because of I can run everything manually. It's, only a handful of people could do that or were willing to learn it in a unionized shop. That's what it is. So when I came close to retiring, we ended up having a supervisor that had to fill in. Someone had to fill in for a supervisor, a salary person, and they miscoded why why I missed half a day. So payroll caught that, and then they thought, oh, something inspired that person to check on my times I came through the turnstile, and they saw that, oh shit. So then they looked the last 3 months to see how often I was late. Now, there's only a few times I was 10 minutes late, but the rest of the time, a couple, 3 minutes. And it would take, it's a mile, a good kilometer, well, 3/4 of a kilometer, half a mile, something like that, to get down to the stamping shop, right? So they added that into the equation. And yeah, so I got busted for those 3 months, and I got, suspended for 5 days without pay, which I'm fine with because I love the time off. And anyways, my coworkers, they would say, Steve, if they check your entire time you've been working here, you still have 10 years to go to retire. I don't know if it's that bad, but, the thing is I often told them too, is like, when people come to work on time, what are they doing? They're sitting in the rest area, reading the paper, shooting the breeze. When I come in, I go straight to my boots. They're on, and I go. There's no lollygagging, right? I'm not reading anything. I'm not socializing. I'm just, boom. Anyways, I'm just having some fun here. None of this gonna get posted unless the port really does get to me. But I don't know. I like life. And when you think of the statistics, we're damn lucky to even be born. I'm a male, a healthy male. Do you know how often, we do that thing, right? So you take that into the mathematical account. And then the fact that you actually have to meet someone, and that during that time, that one time, everybody has to get together to make us. When you think of the odds, man, we are damn lucky. Forget about how lucky we are we have a planet to support life. I mean, it's incredible how fortunate we are to be alive. And yet people want to take their life. I don't know. Maybe as a whole species as a whole, we're not balanced enough. You know why? Because we're too busy posting. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just rambling. Cheers.